So just for a little bit more background, we have the Bell Roberts Gallery and Publishing based in Woodstock. We publish Art South Africa magazine, Snap magazine, and a literary journal which is purely online called Itch. We obviously also have the gallery, which runs contemporary exhibitions every 4 to 6 weeks. So the basis of my presentation today is around pretty much what we do and putting it into context in terms of what Creative Cape Town is looking to do and achieve. And design and publish a city is kind of a metaphorical sort of take on it, looking at, and we'll get to that later, who designs and who publishes. So, is Cape Town a design city? I think just if you look around us at the design in Indaba and the focus on Cape Town every year, and I think this year it's had a remarkable jump as well. I think the answer for me already to that is I would most certainly say so. In what way could design make a difference to the Cape Town Central City? Again, I think all of the participants on the Design Indaba Expo also show testament to that in fact they do. I'd like to start off, there's 3 points, but basically looking at Cape Town as a brand, there's those 3 points which I feel need to be focused on in order to take the brand forward. There's a need for good design, to find good design, and for the city to associate itself with good design and designers. And again, I think the Design Indaba Expo, there's a lot of good design around. There's a need for showcases. The Design Indaba is obviously the biggest showcase of design annually. Also, I think there's a great opportunity for doing more in public spaces, and again in galleries and through events and talks. So the need for showcases is something that I feel have to happen between the Design Indabas. There needs to be more activity within the city for the year. And then there's obviously a need to publish, because anything really only gets known if it's published. There's obviously the opportunity there through magazines and through online and websites. And I think the initiatives of Creative Cape Town really have looked at that and starting to really come through nicely. There's a very strong brand, and I think what you guys are doing with the online, the newsletters and the like, it's really starting to sort of pick up momentum now. As a small example, I'm going to use pretty much what we do in Cape Town as showcase of what we do, and if more people did that, I think it would and could make a big difference. Besides the Contemporary Art Gallery, which is the Bell Roberts Gallery, we also have a small design space called Cube, which runs design exhibitions and projects. Started about 2 years, it's 2 years now in the running. We've recently moved from a gallery in Bree Street to Woodstock, and we haven't regenerated the Cube brand. We will be doing so with our next exhibitions that start, which are around mid-April. A little bit of background, and then going back to the 3 points I mentioned, a need for good design. We've been approached by a number of great designers and creative people in South Africa, and I've just chosen 4 people who we have exhibited in the Cube space. We have Garth Doyle, who designs industrial designer, and obviously made those little items are tiny little sort of sculptures. The Black Art Gang won multi-award winning filmmakers for their short film, The Tale of How. Garth Walker, who's been associated with the Design Indaba for a number of years, his Juicy magazine, we did a mini retrospective at the Cube space. And then Marinda du Toit, who all of those little figures made out of found objects. She also created the most amazing 7-minute film called Agenda, which was basically an Afrikaans and a boardroom meeting, really. That was very humorous. Some visuals, or getting to a need for the showcases. Just a little bit of an example of people obviously in the Cube space, and in our old space there was a lot of people spilling out onto the streets, and I think that's the kind of thing which would be great for the city as well. If there were more exhibition places, more venues where design and interventions and exhibitions took place, that they spilled out on the street. You know, there's issues that the city needs to consider there as far as lighting, security, and all those issues that obviously trying to get in place also for the 2010 World Cup. Yeah. And then that's an example of the space in which the exhibitions took place. Very small space, it's about 5 by 5 square meters. So, that's not a lot of space. A lot of people, if they were creative, had good ideas, it's not too difficult to put something like that together. There's a multitude of talent. I think we just need more venues. That's the proposed new, that is in the new gallery, and that's the new proposed cube space, which obviously we'll be building up and launching with an exhibition in mid-April. I think a lot of what we've seen at this design in Indaba has really inspired us. I think there's so much we can do. We're working on the 5 by 5 square meters again. It's really small. It's just bring in a lot more people than just art gallery people. So, and then a need to publish. That's our magazine, Art South Africa. I think publishing legitimizes creativity, very important, and it obviously spreads the word and gets creativity out there. Now, I believe that all creatives are in fact publishers. The process to produce a magazine or a book is much the same for any creative. They have an idea, there's a creative process, and at the end of the day you have a product. So designing and publishing a city, I really look at all creatives. They actually contribute to that process. And then also, great cities have great institutions, and I think what Cape Town needs is to think global and to think really big. It would be great for us to have something that really made a statement in terms of exhibiting. So what if we had for instance, a Tate Cape Town or a MoMA Cape Town? Those are the kind of things that sort of big money needs to be generated to produce those kind of institutions, but there are people that I know are looking at the old coming from the airport. What's the power station? And there are plans to put something together on that scale. Whether we get it done is another thing. So Cube, we are definitely not a Tate or a MoMA, but together all creatives can and do contribute to designing and publishing the city. And again, I really believe Cape Town is a design city. The end.